Oh, God. All right. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you guys are here. I know it's been a little bit since our last video, since our one chip challenge.
Just a little bit.
We had to let our tongues heal, unfortunately. But to kind of get right into it, what I was thinking earlier today was, how would I see myself, like if my 18-year-old self saw me now, it'd be so upset. He would be like my 18-year-old self would be like, what the fuck happened? Absolutely, what the fuck happened?
Why is that? Why is that?
I think it's just because I had these big ass dreams when I was like 18, like, oh, I was gonna like be like a film director, like I was gonna be like working on a big movie set by 23. Like I'm like, what happened? Like what physically happened? And so I think for me, just that, like, one, I got lazy, and two, like I got these corporate jobs, and I just thought my life would be completely different.
No, it's crazy when you start working, you get like stuck in it.
Oh, 100%.
Like you're like, all right, I'm gonna be out. Like definitely when I started working at my old job, I was just like, all right, 6 months, I'm leaving. That was my plan. And then all of a sudden I'm there for 6 months went by, I'm still there. And then a year went by.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started questioning. I was just like, like I didn't want to be here for this long. But like you just get in this rhythm of just waking up, going to work, waking up, going to work.
Yeah.
And you stop thinking about the stuff that you wanted to do, and you just start kind of focusing on the present. And it kind of brings you down a little bit.
Definitely. And I think also the other thing too is that when like you go to like this other job, and like say you have a dream, say your dream's on the right side here and your work life is on the left side here. I think once like you're so drained sometimes from your just like traditional work day from like the other job that you hate doing, that it takes away from you doing your dream. Because like the thing is, like, sometimes like you're just so dead when you get home from work, and then you're just like, fuck, I don't want to like work on this, I don't want to go edit a video, like I don't want to go make music, like, and you're just so drained from it. And I just like thought about this to myself when I was showering today. I was just like, what went wrong with me?
Yeah, no.
So, but at the same time, like, granted, like I'm still 23, like there's a lot I can accomplish here in the next few years. But
exactly.
Like, for me now, it's like, okay, like it's go time. Like I gotta get shit in order, get shit going. I'm like, all right, and here we go.
And that's the thing, dreams change. When you're younger, you see something, you go, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And and then you're just thinking about that. But as you get older, stuff, you start to see other things, and you go, okay, that might be interesting. And one day you'll finally figure out that is what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And then you just have to go for it. You have to, and that's the thing with laziness too. Laziness is super easy to do. Super easy to be lazy.
Yeah, and I think that's where, like, honestly, sometimes like why dreams don't get achieved at all for people is like laziness is so easy. Like it's just like, oh, like sitting down on a couch or like watching a movie,
playing games,
playing video games. Like I was like thinking about it too, is the people who like play video games, like why not stream it? Like why not try to stream it? Because like if you are there playing video games like 8-9 hours a day and you're not streaming it, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because like you could be, I don't even care if you don't talk at all. Like at least you're putting yourself out there and possibly giving yourself a chance to make money and earn money.
Well, yeah, that's what you want to do. If you want to play video games,
Yeah.
like that, you should go down that path.
Yeah. And I think it's like, I heard that also, speaking of things, I heard Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch.
Yeah, that happened a while ago, I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, has that been a while?
That's been a while.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I was like, because I saw this like TikTok today. And it was like before ban and then after ban, and he's like all like just macho man after the ban.
Yeah. No, there's a video on the 49ers YouTube.
Oh, really?
Where he goes to the Niners stadium.
Dang.
The practice stadium, and he was like just thrown around with everybody. And
dude, I heard he's like 6, like 9.
No, he's huge.
Yeah, he's ginormous.
Huge. Yeah, no, it's nuts.
That's so funny. But yeah, I just saw a video of him. Like he's actually really funny, and like the other thing too is like he went full gray. Like he's like dark. He had dark hair, and like he took off. He wears a wig.
Yeah.
Usually. But like in the second video, he's like gray. Like he's like a silver fox now.
Well, he's getting older.
Yeah, it's crazy. But hey, go him, then.
It's also crazy to think Twitch has only been around since like
what, 2017?
Yeah, about 2017.
Yeah, because I remember like I graduated high school, and then like Twitch became a thing, and then I remember like I went to Full Sail. And like people were like, oh, like I'm streaming on Twitch. Like come see my Twitch.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Like what is Twitch?
No, it's such a cool thing. Yeah. Like it's like it brings jobs to people that likes to do that and
true
opportunities.
Yeah, I think for me like I worked for Red Bull when I was in Florida, and I remember they just like I literally like heard about like they just signed Ninja. for the Red Bull team. And then like that's when like I remember like hearing about Twitch because
Dude, he's fell off though.
Yeah, like he's definitely like since like Fortnite. Like don't get me wrong. Like Fortnite is like trying to keep up to the best of their ability, but like he was like at the peak level of literally gaming.
Yeah.
And then now he's just like.
Well, and also here's like there's the thing of like lockdown, like Warzone, for example, like the first Warzone.
Yeah.
Lockdown made that huge because people didn't have anything else to do. If they wanted to talk to people, you know, they would hop on games. Yeah. That's how they hung out with their friends.
Dude, I remember in 2020, like me and my friends would always play like video games together.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't leave our houses, and so we're stuck. So I remember it was like me, my buddy Travis, my buddy and Kevin.
Yeah.
And we were literally playing Call of Duty Zombies, like Black Ops 3 Zombies. And this is like right before Cold War came out.
Yeah.
And we were literally like all summer long, we would literally just hop on at night and we would literally like stream and play zombies all night long.
Well, that's like all you could do.
Yeah. And it was so fun. I mean, it was so fun like doing all that. And then I remember like when lockdown started like getting all the restrictions started to get lifted, I was like, oh, like sometimes I miss lockdown.
No, I do too.
Sometimes I do.
There's definitely aspects that were like, I don't know, like life wasn't terrible during then. It was obviously, you know, it sucks being stuck at home, not being able to go outside, hang out with people in big groups, because there's something about that, you know, you just get energy from others in person.
Definitely. And like the other thing that sucked about the lockdown was like a lot of people got qualified for unemployment.
Yeah.
I didn't. And I was like, because I was literally working for this company and you need to work with the company for 6 weeks to qualify for unemployment. And I worked for them for 4 weeks. I just got the job like a few weeks before. And then literally COVID hit and I didn't get.
See, I was in high school.
You were in high school?
I was still in high school still.
Whoa, what? You were in high school still?
Yeah, I was still in high school. That was
when lockdown happened?
Lockdown happened into my junior year.
Holy shit, I am old. God
yeah,
damn.
So I remember the day lockdown. It was weird because I think
yeah, what was it like as a
was
high
it like
school student?
March? It was probably like March, and it actually snowed the last day we were at school. It was snowing.
Damn.
But so we we got the notification like that. Okay, school's gonna be closed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of excited, you know.
Exactly. Oh, 2 week break.
And then the 2 weeks turned into a month, and like we weren't doing anything. There was no school during that time.
Did you guys have online classes at all?
So after about a month, then they announced that they were doing online classes.
Damn. Okay.
So it was like same thing. You just had to get up. You had to get up at the same time.
Yeah.
You had to just hop on a computer.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that, for me at least, was that was different than going into school. You know, I could do whatever I wanted the night before.
Yeah.
And then there would be days where I just didn't get up and go to school.
Yeah.
And then that started a bad trend. But
of course,
it was probably, I think, senior year, second semester is when we came back. And then you still had the option to stay online school. And I ended up choosing the option to stay online.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wish I didn't, but it was all right.
Yeah, I've definitely heard some like crazy stories about the lockdowns, like especially when you're like high school students. Like I know like somebody who literally was a senior during lockdown, and they literally like the school was just like, yeah, you know what, like go do whatever. Like you're graduated.
Yeah.
Like once like March happened, they're like, yeah, you're done. Like you're graduated. Congratulations. Like
it's just, you know, the thing with online school. It's hard. It's hard to do. Because there's something about like learning in person, and like, you know, you have questions. It's different having a teacher online versus having like a teacher in person.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think so too. I definitely think that I'm like, the one thing I'm so glad is like I graduated college August of 2019. So it was like a few months before the lockdown happened. And I remember like I just graduated. I was like feeling great. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get myself a job and all this stuff. And then like I like got like this big boy job and I was like, fuck yes. And then literally as soon as I got it, they go, yeah, we're going to have to lay you off because this is a traveling position. And unfortunately, we can't travel anymore. Yeah, we have no more. We can't travel, unfortunately. And then literally like I didn't have work for like 3 or 4 months. And like I was like barely scraping by. Like I couldn't, like I had enough saved up for like to last me a little bit. But then literally like when things started to open up again, like I remember I had to take a job at Lowe's and be a cashier. And dude, I'm telling you, there's nothing worse
than being a
cashier at Lowe's. Like, I mean, it's the worst thing ever. Like it was just like, and especially during COVID, when everybody was like all like freaking out and stuff, like you literally, like every customer went by, you literally had to spray the counters down. You had to spray like the plastic thing down. Like You had to tell
But I
people
bet
to
Lowe's
wait.
was popping because everybody was doing home construction.
Oh my god,
everybody was.
It was so busy all the time. Like I remember, I was making like I was fresh out of college. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna get my big payday here, dude. I was making like $13 or like $12 an hour, and I was like, this just sucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, okay, like. So, and I remember like I'm seeing my teacher, like old teachers, and like I'm seeing like some of my old like family friends come by, and they're like, "Oh, this is what you're doing now," and I'm like, I just had a big boy job, and now I lost it. Now I'm here, and like, it felt so degrading. Like, granted, I give people who work at Lowe's high props, and like good for you guys. Like, I know it's like it's a very tough work sometimes, but dude, I could never work at a department store again. No. Never.
See, that's where I was with being a server at a restaurant. Like, I don't know, like it wasn't like diminishing or anything like that. It was just so annoying dealing with people, constantly dealing with people because you always have to have them they're always right.
Oh,
they're always right. And
customers are always right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you kind of have to bite your tongue sometimes when you're dealing with.
So we actually had this like there was two restaurants. There was a bar and then there was like this restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I remember that we had there was a doorway so you could get through to the restaurant, to the bar.
Yeah.
But it was employees only. And there was just like one family that was eating. And they didn't speak English. Mm-hmm. But they kept on walking through this area. And the bartender, Jerry, super cool guy.
Yeah.
He was like blocking them like from like getting past because they kept on doing it. And then he had to hop behind the bar. So then I was kind of making sure no one would go past. And this guy like starts walking to me. I'm like, excuse me, sir. You got to go the other way. You can't really come through here. And the guy pushed me out of the way.
Damn.
And I was just like, what is this? And then, bro, I couldn't say anything. Like, I couldn't get mad. I was just like, all right, whatever. And then my boy Jerry's just like, did that guy just push you?
Yeah.
I go, yeah. I don't know what to do. Like, it pissed me off. Like,
well, of course, because like, but at the same time, like, you can't.
No, I couldn't do anything.
You couldn't do anything. Like, I honestly like, I despise rude people. Like,
no, it's
there's a common way of courtesy of just being like, hey, like, just like. Being like nice isn't hard.
No, it's not.
Being nice isn't hard. I remember I was on a flight one time. This is actually a couple months ago. I was on a flight and I was going to Chicago and I was sitting on the window and there was this husband and wife. They were sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And the wife was sitting in the middle seat and the husband was sitting on the aisle seat. Anyways, so I'm sitting on the window and the window shade's up. Right.
See that? Yeah, no. Yeah, I know that band right there.
So literally I'm like sitting there and I'm like listening to music. I'm like doing my thing, like watching a movie probably. And the lady literally like puts her hand on my chest and pushes me against my seat, literally grabs the window shade and pushes it down. And literally like I take my earbud out and I'm like, oh, like, I'm sorry, did you ask like me to like, were you trying to talk to me at all? Like in a very nice way.
Yeah.
Like, I was like being very genuine, like very nice and caring. And she goes, oh, I didn't ask you. And I was like.
See, I just wonder what goes through people's heads. Like, that makes them go like, I'm going to be rude. Like, obviously that doesn't go through their head, but like, because like, even when I'm rude to people, like, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
So I couldn't imagine doing that constantly.
No, exactly. And that's the other thing too. So I put my head, and that's not even the worst part. I put my headphone back, the flight goes on, whatever. I keep it down. We come back down for landing. The lady does the same thing again. She puts her hand on my chest and lifts the shade up. She literally pushes me back to my seat and lifts the shade up. And I go, hey, I was like, did you try to say anything? And she, like again, and then she was like, oh no. She goes, I wanted the window shade up. I literally sat there and I was like, I want to say some shit so bad right now. I want to, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's my one of my worst experiences.
No, yeah. No, people are rude. It's crazy.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So a lot of stuff has been happening on Twitter lately.
Yeah, it is. That's honestly why don't you know what? Let's save that for the next podcast.
All right.
Yeah, let's save it for the next one. All right. Well, on that note, thank you guys for watching our mini podcast.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we'll talk to you guys soon.
See you later.
Deuces.